Yes, I got my Christmas tree set up for you. That's life over here in Asia. Not a lot of space, but we do what we can. Well, today's December 7th for you. It is your today, and it is my yesterday. Pretty cool to be in your future. Anyway, the news keeps flowing in for Loopring, and will continue through 2022, which is great news because this is such a strong, solid protocol, technology, and token. I'm just getting psyched for this. It's great to be real excited about a whole project and a protocol that has so many tentacles and webs just reaching out into the crypto ecosystem. It's just exciting. So many people are pumping more tokens in and buying more and just contributing more to this whole ecosystem, which is great because if you really find something you like, it's great to get into it. And again, the whole crypto ecosystem is such a vast and expansive area that is great for you to find what you're really interested in, just to really dive deep into it, and more so for Loopring, because I think this has such a huge potential. People keep talking about, hey, what's this compared to other market caps for cryptocurrencies? It's hard to put that in perspective from my point of view because each protocol, each different project is so different. But for me, can I see this in the top 10, top 15? Easily top 10. Easily, because in the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, I see this whole cryptocurrency market cap evolving into a different way to really gauge and to value it. Right now, we value everything by US dollars, but we really have to start developing a new way to look into cryptocurrency as a new evaluation thing. But anyway, this tech has barely even taken off. It's on the ground getting fueled up. And with today being December 7th and eventually soon getting into December 8th, that is tomorrow, with GameStop's game earning, but also for the Loopring drop that's going to be done hopefully before Christmas and before New Year. And again, it's going to keep coming out through 2022 because we've got Chinese New Year coming out. And then again, for the developers with their big Chinese background and with the red packets, everything's going to keep on coming because remember, you can only work in so much protocol at one time. But the most important thing right now, the news keeps coming out because a few developers and scouts on Github found out something new about a new on-ramp. And that's important because ramps, they are what we need to help and buy and sell crypto every day. Basically, that's how we get our hard-earned cash from our pockets to our bank into this new crypto ecosystem. All right. Now, this new partnership with Ramp. Yes, that's the name, Ramp. And that, of course, it is what they're doing. But now, that's not for GameStop. GameStop can be something completely different. Now, GameStop might be talking about AMP with FLEXA. And I talked about in a couple of videos previous to this, but remember, each of these different companies, Loopring and also GameStop, they're going to have a few different on-ramps to get on there. Because where I live in Taiwan, I can still use on-ramps in the US, but depends upon where you are, and you have to check to see if you can actually get access to this. Now, Loopring, from this discovery in GitHub, most likely using this as one of the few ways to get our money into the ecosystem. Now, we know about ramps. I love this meme because it's everywhere. Ramps are basically a way for us to get our money, such as US dollars, euro, Great Britain pound, all of this in crypto. Now, this is a way for the silent masses to get out of the shadows, out of the crypto spaces, and finally participate in this whole range of the crypto ecosystems. And that's important because Ramp is going to be the access point that gives our money access to Loopring more and more easily on the layer 2. And again, as I say, an easier way to get it on there because as the more I think about and hear about, talk to people how they're getting access to their wallets online, it is a little bit troublesome. But again, early access doesn't mean that ease of access is there because this is the part of being early, being really, basically be willing to try out new technology and to just forego the ease of access. That's important. All right, anyway, to get about Ramp, let's take a look at here. This is the website. A couple screenshots. You're more than welcome later. I'll leave all links down below. But this is basically their mission. They want everybody to participate in these open networks. We know about that. Now, if you go through the website, you'll be able to access it and just look at it. It's a basically very direct way. It's a decentralized app, and they want people to basically engage with how we are using our liquidity and our payments to give access to the whole process, right? And that's the most important thing. How we get our money from our accounts to the exchanges. And that's important. All right. Now, let's go on through the GitHub. Let's go through the good stuff. Now, I want to take a look at some of the GitHub code and just take a quick look at some of the clues. Now, I'll post the links down below also, but feel free to take a look and keep your eye out for more progress because this is a discussion and a whole community needs to work together for and just see how things continue down the line. Now, the ability to engage and see part of the coding, this is one of the things that I really love about this whole community. It's so different than what the tech came from, which was privacy and greed. And that's something about just being an individual. These companies kept everything so private, but having access to GitHub, and thanks to all the developers and just to the founders for Loopring, just put everything online so people can access and learn about these whole code. It's freaking awesome. All right, so whenever you look through lines of code, you want to look for simple words. Whatever it is you're looking for, if it's Loopring, if it's for a JPEG image, if it's for Gamestop, whatever it is, you'll be able to find it. Now, I did find, and you can find it here, this SVG code, and you can click that into the browser, and when that pulls it up, you can see up here, oh, there's the ramp logo. Excellent, that's fine. You're looking for some basic confirmation, all right, and that's important. And one of the other things here, there is a little link here to part of the fiat money. There's a lot of little clues in here and hints, but in general, it's important to see that all these connections has a good list of connections with other protocols too. And again, Loopring is listing all their protocols online, and it's getting to the final stages of access, because this is the most important thing. All right, because we want to find out when things can be dropped. But again, we cannot understand everything until they're fully committed to dropping everything. All right, and again, still things are in testing, and that's the most important thing, because the commits are labeled as a work in progress, but now they've been merged into the master, right? And also, all of this has been archived, but again, this suggests the feature is ready and it's approved to go into the next version. And now things have to be tested and again and again. All right, now we're going to switch gears here, and I want to finally throw you into the whole map of the system again, of the Loopring. Again, the whole ecosystem with just the general map of how the system works. Now, this is available on GitHub, and to give you an idea of how the app and protocol works with each layer activity, as you can see. As you can see here, we got the PC, tablet, and also the phone. And basically there in the bottom, you can take a look at the first layer in blue, and you can see how we have the activity, the market, and a lot of other stuff. And you can just see how the order book, users, layer, and on the other side here, we have the other possibly buttons right here. The AMM, swaps, withdraw, transfer, reset, deposit, and another thing. And you can go down to the next level and you can get into everything else. All right. So it's great to see how things work and how things develop, because getting this news today is, for me, it's like another Christmas present. And all of you just getting things more psyched for more news to be dropped. Again, being an early developer doesn't mean you get early access. And also ease of access. You're going to have some bumps along the way, and that's fine, as getting an early developer into the whole ecosystem with Loopring. And anyway, just being stoked and excited for all of this. So all of you out there, have a great December 7th. And by the time you go to bed, I'll be waking up in December 8th. And hopefully we'll see about what happens with GameStop with their earnings report and what's going to happen. Because this whole month, from December to January, going into 2022, it's just going to be Easter egg after Easter egg after Easter egg with more information dropped in our labs, which is fantastic. So, game on. Have a great